The notification sound from my phone made me want to throw it across the room. Another Instagram comment from Pearl, complete with crying laughing emojis, under the photo I'd posted of Mom's new nurse helping her with breakfast. Nice to know Mom's bank account is working overtime. My name is Bailey, and I've been taking care of my mother for 4 years while my sister builds her influencer empire in LA. 4 years of sleepless nights, missed opportunities, and watching the woman who raised me slowly disappear into the fog of early onset dementia. But according to Pearl's 2.3 million followers, she's the devoted daughter who cherishes every moment with Mama. I screenshot the comment before she could delete it. Pearl always deleted the nasty ones. Bailey, honey, who's that woman in the kitchen? Mom shuffled into the living room, her silver hair uncombed, wearing the same pajamas for the third day running. That's Sophia, Mom. Remember? She's here to help us. Mom's eyes went blank for a moment. Then she smiled. Oh, that's nice. Is she staying for dinner? She's staying for a while, Mom. Sophia appeared in the doorway, her dark hair pulled back in a neat bun, wearing scrubs that actually fit her properly. She'd been here 2 weeks, and already the house felt different. Calmer. Like someone competent was finally in charge. Good morning, Bailey. How did you sleep? Like garbage, but that's nothing new. I held up my phone. My sister's already starting her daily performance. Sophia glanced at the screen and raised an eyebrow. Charming. Does she always communicate through social media? Only when she wants an audience. I scrolled through Pearl's Instagram story from last night. A boomerang of her drinking champagne at some rooftop bar captioned, "Missing my beautiful mama tonight. Andjui blessed Anchkyun family." Posted at 2 a.m. while I was cleaning up after Mom had another accident. Bailey, dear, could you help me find my purse? Mom was opening and closing kitchen drawers randomly. It's on the counter, Mom. Same place it always is. Sophia gently guided Mom to the counter. Here it is, Audrey. Would you like me to help you organize it? I watched Sophia work with Mom, patient and kind, never talking down to her or getting frustrated when she asked the same question 3 times. It was like watching a professional handle something I'd been fumbling through for years. My phone buzzed again. A text from Pearl. We need to talk. Call me. I'd hired Sophia using Mom's savings account, the same account that was supposed to pay for Mom's care, according to the financial power of attorney I'd been handling since Pearl was too busy to deal with boring legal stuff. The same account Pearl had been asking about every few months, usually right before she posted photos of her latest designer handbag or vacation. I should call her back, I said to Sophia. Should you? She's my sister. That doesn't mean you owe her immediate access to your stress levels. I liked Sophia. She was 42, had worked in elder care for 15 years, and had this way of cutting through bullshit that I envied. She also cost $3,000 a month, which was exactly what Pearl was probably calculating in her head right now. My phone rang. Pearl's contact photo filled the screen, a professional headshot where she looked like she was about to sell me skincare products. Hey, Pearl. Bailey, what the hell is going on? Who is this woman you hired without consulting me? Her name is Sophia. She's a registered nurse. Mom needs full-time care. Full-time care? Bailey, she's not that bad. You're being dramatic. I looked at Mom, who was now trying to put her purse in the refrigerator while Sophia gently redirected her. She tried to leave the house at 3 a.m. last week, Pearl. She thought she was late for work at a job she retired from 10 years ago. That's just confusion. It happens to old people. She's 68, not 90, and it's not just confusion anymore. Well, you can't just hire someone without discussing it with me first. Do you know how much this is costing? It's Mom's money, Pearl, for Mom's care. That money is supposed to be for emergencies. This is an emergency. Silence on the other end. Then, we'll see about that. She hung up. Sophia was watching me from the kitchen. Everything okay? My sister thinks I'm stealing from my mother. Are you? I'm using Mom's money to take care of Mom. If that's stealing, then I guess I'm a thief. Sophia nodded slowly. In my experience, the people who scream loudest about theft are usually the ones with the most to hide. The call came at 7 a.m. the next morning. Pearl's ringtone jolted me awake, and I knew immediately this wasn't going to be a pleasant conversation. Bailey, we need to talk, now. Good morning to you too, Pearl. Don't. Just don't. I've been up all night thinking about this situation, and I'm not okay with it. I stumbled to the kitchen, where Sophia was already making coffee. She looked up and mouthed, "Sister?" I nodded. "Pearl, I told you yesterday." "You told me nothing. You made a unilateral decision to hire some stranger to live in Mom's house and drain her bank account. Do you have any idea what people are going to think?" "What people?" "Our family, our friends, anyone who cares about Mom's well-being." Sophia handed me a mug of coffee and whispered, "Put it on speaker." I hesitated, then hit the button. "Bailey, are you there?" "I'm here. Look, Sophia is qualified. She has references. Mom likes her." "Mom likes everyone right now because she doesn't know what's happening to her. That doesn't mean we should take advantage of her condition." Sophia's eyebrows shot up. She grabbed a notepad and wrote, "Recording this?" I shook my head, but maybe I should have been. "I'm not taking advantage of anyone, Pearl. I'm getting Mom the care she needs. The care she needs is family, not some hired stranger who's probably going to steal from her." "Like I'm stealing from her?" "I didn't say that." "You didn't have to." There was a pause. Then Pearl's voice changed, got that syrupy sweet tone she used in her videos. "Bailey, honey, I know you're stressed. I know this has been hard on you. But you can't just spend Mom's money without talking to me first. That's not how families work. Where have you been for the last 4 years, Pearl? When was the last time you changed Mom's sheets? When was the last time you sat with her during a doctor's appointment?" "I have a life, Bailey. I have responsibilities." "So do I. And my responsibility is taking care of Mom. Your responsibility is not bankrupting her in the process." Sophia was writing furiously on her notepad. She showed me what she'd written. "Ask her about the Amazon charges." "What Amazon charges?" I said out loud. Pearl went quiet. "Pearl? I don't know what you're talking about." Sophia found some weird charges on Mom's credit card. Amazon purchases that never showed up at the house. I sometimes order things for Mom. Supplements, skincare products, things she needs." "Skincare products?" "For her routine. She's always been particular about her skin." I looked at Mom, who was sitting at the kitchen table in yesterday's clothes, trying to eat cereal with a fork. "Pearl, Mom hasn't worn makeup in 2 years. That doesn't mean she doesn't need proper skincare." Sophia held up her phone. She'd pulled up Pearl's Instagram. The latest post was a flat lay of expensive skincare products with the caption, "Self-Care Sunday with my favorite products. Shock skincare, shock horse self-care, shock or treat yourself." "Pearl, are you using Mom's credit card to buy products for your Instagram?" "That's ridiculous." "Is it?" "Bailey, I'm not going to sit here and be accused of stealing by someone who just hired a complete stranger to live in our mother's house." "Our mother's house? When's the last time you were here, Pearl?" "I was there for Christmas. For 6 hours. You took photos with Mom, posted them online, and left." "I have a business to run. And I have a mother to take care of." "We both do. Which is why I'm going to be posting about this situation. People need to know what's happening to Mom." My stomach dropped. "What do you mean, posting about it?" "I mean, I'm going to tell my followers about how concerned I am for Mom's safety and financial security. How someone has taken advantage of her condition to hire expensive help she doesn't need." "Pearl, don't. I'm going live in an hour. People deserve to know the truth." She hung up. Sophia was staring at me. "She's going to blast you on social media?" "She has over 2 million followers." Jesus! My phone started buzzing with notifications. Pearl had already posted a story, a photo of Mom from Christmas, looking confused and frail, with text overlay reading, "Worried about my beautiful mama tonight. Some people take advantage of vulnerable seniors, praying for wisdom and protection." She posted Mom's photo? Sophia looked at my phone. Without her consent, while she's mentally incapacitated. Is that legal? I don't know, but it's definitely not right. The notifications kept coming. Comments, shares, direct messages. Pearl's followers were already rallying around her, calling me everything from selfish to elder abuser. Sophia put her hand on my shoulder. Bailey, I need to tell you something. Those Amazon charges, they're not the only irregularities I found. What do you mean? I mean, your sister has been very busy with your mother's accounts, and I don't think skincare products are the half of it. Sophia spread the bank statements across the kitchen table like she was dealing cards. Mom was napping in her chair, and the house felt unnaturally quiet. I need you to look at these with fresh eyes, Sophia said. Tell me what you see. I sat down and picked up the first statement. This is from 3 years ago, before Mom got really bad. Look at the withdrawals, the patterns. I scanned the numbers. Regular amounts. $500 here, $800 there. Always round numbers. Always on Fridays. These look like cash withdrawals. That's what I thought too. But look at this. Sophia handed me another statement. Same amounts, same days, but 6 months later. Mom never withdrew cash. She always used her debit card for everything. Exactly. And look at these. Sophia pointed to a series of online transfers. Wire transfers to something called Lifestyle Management LLC. Ever heard of it? No. What is it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But the timing is interesting. Sophia pulled out her phone and showed me Pearl's Instagram. Look at the dates on these posts. I looked at the screen. Pearl in Cabo, Pearl at a spa weekend, Pearl showing off a new designer handbag, all posted within days of the wire transfers. This could be a coincidence. Could be, but there's more. Sophia handed me a folder. I found these in your mom's filing cabinet, credit card statements that someone tried to hide. The statements were crumpled, like they'd been thrown away and then retrieved. Charges I'd never seen before. Nordstrom, Sephora, a jewelry store in Beverly Hills. I never saw these bills come in the mail. Because they weren't being sent here, look at the address. I squinted at the small print. The billing address was a P.O. box in Los Angeles. Pearl changed Mom's billing address? It gets worse. Sophia pulled out another document. This is a power of attorney form, dated 2 years ago. I read it carefully. It gave Pearl full access to Mom's financial accounts. I never signed this. You didn't. Your mom did, or someone forged her signature. How can you tell? I worked in financial administration before I became a nurse. I've seen a lot of forged documents. Look at the signature. Sophia pointed to Mom's name at the bottom. Compare it to this. She showed me a birthday card Mom had signed for me last year. The signatures were completely different. The one on the power of attorney was too neat, too controlled. Mom's real signature had always been shaky, even before the dementia. Pearl forged Mom's signature? I think so. And I think she's been using this document to access your mom's accounts for years. My phone buzzed. A text from my cousin Riley. Saw Pearl's post. So sorry you're going through this. Is there anything I can do to help? Then another text. This one from my Aunt Nadine. Bailey, we need to talk. Pearl is very upset. They're all texting me now, I said, showing Sophia my phone. Pearl's mobilizing the family? Looks like it. Another notification. Pearl had posted again, this time a video of herself crying in her car. I'm just so worried about my mom, she was saying to the camera. She's vulnerable right now, and I feel like someone is taking advantage of that vulnerability. I've tried to talk to my sister, but she won't listen. I don't know what else to do. The comments were brutal. People calling me greedy, selfish, a thief. Someone had even posted my address. She's destroying me, I said. She's trying to. But Bailey, look at this. Sophia pulled out one more document. This is the smoking gun. It was a notarized document, officially transferring Mom's house into Pearl's name, dated 6 months ago. She stole Mom's house? She tried to, but look at the notary stamp. I examined it closely. The notary's signature was Pearl's. She notarized her own document? That's a felony. You can't notarize your own signature. It invalidates the entire document. So the house transfer isn't legal? Not even close. But Bailey, there's something else. I found this in the same folder. Sophia handed me a medical report. It's from Mom's doctor, from last year. I read it quickly. It was a cognitive assessment stating that Mom was mentally competent and capable of making her own decisions. This says Mom was fine last year. Right. But look at this. Sophia showed me another medical report, this one dated just 2 weeks later. This one says she's severely impaired and unable to make financial decisions. 2 different doctors? Same doctor. But the second report has been altered. See how the text doesn't line up properly? Someone changed the assessment after it was printed. Pearl changed Mom's medical records? I think she needed Mom to be declared incompetent so she could use the power of attorney. But the doctor wouldn't cooperate, so she made her own version. My phone rang. It was my cousin Gordon, the lawyer. Bailey, I just saw Pearl's posts. What the hell is going on? Gordon, I need your help. I think Pearl has been stealing from Mom for years. That's a serious accusation. I have proof. There was a pause. What kind of proof? I looked at Sophia, who nodded encouragingly. The kind that could put her in prison. Gordon arrived an hour later with a briefcase and a grim expression. He'd seen Pearl's latest Instagram live, where she'd tearfully begged her followers to help protect vulnerable seniors from financial abuse. She's trending, he said, setting his briefcase on the kitchen table. The hashtag #JusticeForAudrey has over 50,000 posts. Justice for Audrey? I stared at my phone. Screenshots of Pearl's posts were everywhere, mixed with photos of Mom that I'd never seen before. Old family pictures that Pearl must have saved from years ago. People are calling for adult protective services to investigate you, Gordon continued. Some are even posting your address and phone number. Sophia handed Gordon the folder of documents. Before you look at those, you should know that Bailey didn't steal anything, but someone else did. Gordon opened the folder and started reading. His expression changed with each page. Jesus Christ, Bailey. Where did you find all this? Sophia found it. She used to work in financial administration. This power of attorney is completely fraudulent. And this house transfer... Gordon shook his head. Pearl notarized her own signature. That's not just fraud. It's criminal impersonation of a public official. Can we use this to stop her? I asked. We can do more than stop her. We can... The doorbell rang. Through the window, I could see 2 people in business suits standing on the porch. Adult Protective Services, one of them called out. We need to speak with Bailey Robertson. My stomach dropped. They're here. It's okay, Sophia said calmly. We have nothing to hide. I opened the door. A middle-aged woman with kind eyes and a younger man with a clipboard stood on my porch. I'm Sarah Martinez from APS. This is my colleague, David. We received several reports of potential financial abuse involving Audrey Robertson. Come in, I said, my voice shaking. They entered and looked around the house. Mom was still napping in her chair, looking peaceful. The house was clean, organized. Sophia had made sure of that. We understand you recently hired private care for your mother without consulting other family members, Sarah said. I hired Sophia because my mother needs full-time care. I have power of attorney for healthcare decisions. But not financial decisions, David said, checking his clipboard. According to the reports we received, your sister Pearl has financial power of attorney. Gordon stepped forward. I'm Gordon Lee, the family's attorney. I need to show you something. He handed Sarah the fraudulent power of attorney document. This document is forged, Gordon said. Pearl Robertson has been using it to steal from her mother for years. Sarah examined the document carefully. These are serious allegations. They're not allegations, Sophia said. They're facts. I have bank statements, credit card records, and medical documents that prove Pearl has been systematically stealing from Audrey. David was taking notes. Can you provide copies of these documents? I can do better than that, Sophia said. She pulled out her laptop. I've created a complete forensic analysis of the financial abuse, wire transfers, forged signatures, altered medical records, everything. Sarah looked at the screen, scrolling through Sophia's presentation. Her expression grew more serious with each slide. This is very thorough, she said. Have you reported this to the police? Not yet, Gordon said. But we will be. In the meantime, Sarah said, we need to ensure Audrey's safety and well-being. Can we speak with her? She's having a bad day, I said. The dementia is getting worse. Sarah approached Mom's chair gently. Audrey, my name is Sarah. I'm here to check on you. Mom opened her eyes and smiled. Oh, hello, dear. Are you here for dinner? No, I'm just visiting. How are you feeling today? I'm fine. Bailey takes such good care of me, and Sophia makes the best soup. Sarah looked at Sophia. How long have you been caring for Audrey? 3 weeks. She's a wonderful woman, very sweet, very gentle. She just needs help with daily activities. And you're qualified for this type of care? Sophia handed Sarah a folder. My credentials, references, and background check. I've been working in elder care for 15 years. David was examining the house, checking the refrigerator, the medicine cabinet, Mom's bedroom. Everything was in perfect order. The home environment appears safe and well-maintained, he said to Sarah. Sarah nodded. Audrey seems comfortable and well cared for. She turned to me. However, we still need to investigate the financial concerns. Please do, Gordon said. But I think you'll find that the person who reported this is the one who's actually been stealing. My phone buzzed with a notification. Pearl had posted again. Thank you to everyone who contacted APS about my mom's situation. Justice is coming. Justice for Audrey in Protect Our Elders. Sarah saw the notification. Is this your sister's social media account? Yes. She's posting about an active APS investigation? She's been posting about this for days, Sophia said. Using Audrey's photos without consent, sharing private family information, encouraging harassment of Bailey. Sarah and David exchanged glances. We'll need to include this in our report, Sarah said. Using a vulnerable adult's image for social media without consent is also a form of exploitation. After they left, Gordon sat back down at the kitchen table. Bailey, I need to ask you something. How far are you willing to take this? What do you mean? I mean, Pearl has committed multiple felonies. Elder abuse, fraud, forgery. If we report this to the district attorney, she could go to prison. I looked at Mom, still sleeping peacefully in her chair. Then at Sophia, who had risked her own safety to help us. Then at my phone, still buzzing with hateful messages from Pearl's followers. She tried to destroy my life, I said. She stole from Mom for years. She forged documents. She's been lying to everyone. So what do you want to do? I want to give her exactly what she's been asking for, I said. Justice. Pearl's Instagram story the next morning made my blood boil. A video of her in her pristine white kitchen, tears streaming down her perfectly contoured face. I just got off the phone with Adult Protective Services, she said to the camera. They confirmed what I already knew. My sister has been financially exploiting our mother. I'm heartbroken, but I'm so grateful to everyone who helped bring this to light. The comments were vicious. People calling me a monster, demanding I be arrested. Someone had created a fake Facebook page in my name with my photo and the caption "Elder Abuser." She's doubling down, Sophia said, looking over my shoulder at the phone. She thinks she won. Maybe she did. APS seemed satisfied with our documentation, but Pearl's narrative is already out there. My phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Is this Bailey Robertson? The voice was shaky, nervous. Yes. My name is Jessica. I used to work for Pearl. I saw what she posted about you, and I I can't stay quiet anymore. What do you mean you worked for Pearl? I was her social media manager until last month. She fired me when I started asking questions about some of the things she was posting. Sophia grabbed a pen and paper, motioning for me to put the call on speaker. What kind of questions? About the money. She was always talking about her family investments and how her mom was helping fund her lifestyle brand. But then she'd post these emotional videos about how worried she was about her mom's finances. Did she ever mention stealing from her mother? Not directly, but she paid me to create fake screenshots of text conversations between you two. Messages that made you look greedy and manipulative. She paid you to create fake evidence? $500. I still have the original files on my computer. The real screenshots and the fake ones she wanted me to make. Sophia was writing furiously. She held up a note. Can she testify? Jessica, would you be willing to talk to a lawyer about this? I don't know. Pearl has a lot of influence. She could ruin my career. She's already ruining mine. There was a long pause. Okay. Yes. I'll talk to your lawyer. After I hung up, Sophia was pacing the kitchen. This is good, Bailey. Really good. But we need to be careful. Pearl's getting desperate. What do you mean? Desperate people do stupid things, and Pearl has a lot to lose. As if on cue, my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Stop digging or you'll regret it. Sophia, look at this. She read the message and frowned. Screenshot it. Save everything. You think it's from Pearl? I think Pearl has friends who are willing to help her. That evening, Sophia stayed late to help me organize all the evidence Gordon would need. We spread everything across the dining room table. Bank statements, forged documents, medical records, screenshots of Pearl's posts. I'm going to make copies of everything, Sophia said, just in case. Just in case what? Just in case someone tries to make this evidence disappear. She was scanning documents when we heard a car door slam outside. Then another, and another. Are you expecting someone? Sophia asked. I looked out the window. 3 cars were parked on the street. People were getting out, holding signs. I could see the words, Justice for Audrey and Stop Elder Abuse, written in black marker. They're protesting my house. Call the police. And tell them what? That people are exercising their right to free speech? The crowd was growing. Maybe 20 people now, chanting, Shame on Bailey and protect our seniors. Someone had brought a megaphone. Mom woke up from her nap, confused by the noise. What's happening, Bailey? Why are people yelling? It's nothing, Mom. Just some neighbors having a party. But Mom could see the signs through the window. Are they angry at us? No, Mom. They're just confused. Sophia was on her phone. I'm calling Gordon. This is harassment. The chanting got louder. Someone started taking photos of the house, of my car in the driveway. A woman with the megaphone was reading my address out loud, encouraging people to document the scene of the crime. Bailey, we need to get your mom away from the windows, Sophia said. I helped Mom to her bedroom, but she was agitated now, asking the same questions over and over. Why are they angry? What did we do wrong? Nothing, Mom. We didn't do anything wrong. But even as I said it, I wondered if that was true. Maybe I should have just kept quiet. Maybe I should have let Pearl have the money and avoided all this. Sophia appeared in the doorway. Gordon's on his way. And I called the police about the harassment. What if they're right? I said. What if I am just a greedy sister who hired expensive help? Bailey, look at me. Sophia sat on the bed next to Mom. Your mother is clean, fed, safe, and loved. She's getting professional medical care. Her medications are properly managed. She's not sitting in her own waste or wandering the streets. That's not abuse. That's love. But the money is being used exactly as it should be, for her care. Pearl stole from your mother for years to fund her lifestyle. You're using your mother's money to keep her alive and comfortable. There's a difference. My phone buzzed. A text from Gordon. Don't engage with the protesters. Don't post anything online. I'm handling this. Then another text, this one from Jessica. Pearl just called me. She knows I talked to you. She's threatening to sue me for defamation. Sophia, Pearl knows about Jessica. How? I don't know, but she's trying to silence her. Sophia was quiet for a moment. Then she said, Bailey, I need to tell you something. When I left here last night, I think someone followed me home. What? A black SUV. It stayed behind me for about 10 miles, then disappeared when I turned into my neighborhood. Why didn't you tell me? I wasn't sure. But now… She gestured toward the window, where the protesters were still chanting. Now I think Pearl is playing for keeps. What do you mean? I mean, she's not just trying to discredit you anymore. She's trying to scare us into backing down. The chanting outside grew louder. Someone was banging on the front door now. Well, I said, looking at Mom, who was holding my hand with a confused expression. It's not working. The protesters finally left around midnight, but I couldn't sleep. Every car that drove by made me jump. Every notification on my phone sent my heart racing. At 3 a.m., Sophia called. Bailey, someone broke into my house. What? Are you okay? I'm fine. I wasn't home, but they went through everything. My laptop, my files, my desk. Nothing was stolen, but they were looking for something specific. The evidence. That's what I think. Good thing I made copies and stored them at my office. Sophia, this is getting dangerous. Maybe you should… Don't even think about it. I'm not backing down from some influencer and her flying monkeys. The next morning, Gordon arrived with coffee and a plan. We're going nuclear, he said, setting his briefcase on the kitchen table. Pearl escalated this. Now we respond in kind. What do you mean? I mean, we're going to give the internet exactly what it wants. The truth. All of it. With receipts. Sophia pulled out her laptop. I've been working on something. A complete timeline of Pearl's theft with documentation for every claim. She opened a presentation that looked like something from a forensics investigation. Bank statements, wire transfers, forged signatures, all organized chronologically with clear explanations. This is incredible, Gordon said. But are you sure you want to post this publicly? Once it's out there, there's no taking it back. Pearl made this public when she posted about me, I said. She wanted receipts? She's going to get them. I opened Instagram and started typing. Since everyone wants receipts about my mother's care, here they are. Thread 147. I attached Sophia's first slide, a photo of the forged power of attorney with Pearl's fake notary stamp clearly visible. My sister Pearl has been stealing from our mother for 3 years. She forged legal documents, altered medical records, and used Mom's credit cards to fund her lifestyle. Here's the proof. I posted it and immediately started on the next slide. Bank statements showing the wire transfers to Pearl's LLC. Credit card charges for luxury items that never came to Mom's house. The altered medical records. Bailey, your phone is going crazy, Sophia said. Notifications were pouring in. Shares, comments, direct messages. The post was being shared faster than I could track. I kept posting. Slide after slide of evidence. Screenshots of Pearl's Instagram posts showing expensive purchases made on the same days as withdrawals from Mom's account. Look at this, Sophia said, showing me her phone. People are connecting the dots. They're finding Pearl's old posts and matching them to the bank statements. The comments on my posts were changing. Instead of calling me a thief, people were apologizing, saying they'd been manipulated, asking how they could help. Someone had created a new hashtag, #ArsPearlLies. It's trending, Gordon said, checking his phone. Number 3 in the country. My phone rang. Pearl. Bailey, what the hell are you doing? I'm giving people what they asked for, the truth. You're destroying my life. I'm showing people who you really are. Those documents are private. You can't just post them online. They're evidence of crimes you committed against our mother. The public has a right to know. Bailey, please, I'll pay the money back. I'll make this right. Just take the posts down. It's too late for that, Pearl. My engagement is falling apart. Brett's investors are pulling out of his deals. My sponsors are dropping me. You're ruining everything I've worked for. You ruined it yourself when you decided to steal from Mom. I never meant for it to go this far. I was just borrowing the money. I was going to pay it back. When? After Mom died? Pearl started crying. Bailey, please. I'm your sister. You stopped being my sister when you tried to destroy my life to cover up your crimes. I hung up. Gordon was reading something on his phone. The district attorney's office just called. They want to meet with us tomorrow. They're pressing charges? Elder financial abuse is a felony in this state. With this much evidence and this much public attention, they don't have a choice. Sophia was monitoring social media. Pearl's losing followers by the thousands. Her comment sections are brutal. I looked at my latest post. It had been shared over 50,000 times in 2 hours. The comments were a mix of outrage at Pearl and support for me. I can't believe I fell for her lies, one person wrote. Bailey, I'm so sorry. You're a hero for taking care of your mom. Another comment. Pearl is a sociopath, using her sick mother for content while stealing from her. Disgusting. My phone buzzed with a text from Aunt Nadine. Bailey, I owe you an apology. I had no idea what Pearl was doing. Is there anything I can do to help? Then another text from Cousin Riley. I'm so sorry I believed Pearl's lies. I've deleted all my posts supporting her. How can I make this right? They're all turning on her, I said. Good, Sophia said. She deserves it. Gordon was still reading his phone. This is interesting. Someone leaked Pearl's DMs to a gossip blog. She was coordinating the harassment campaign against you, telling people what to post, what hashtags to use. She orchestrated the whole thing? Every bit of it. The protests, the fake accounts, the death threats, she planned it all. My phone rang again. This time it was a number I didn't recognize. Bailey? This is Detective Martinez with the Financial Crimes Unit. We'd like to schedule an interview about your sister's activities. Of course. And Bailey? You might want to stay somewhere else tonight. We've had reports that some of Pearl's more enthusiastic supporters are planning to escalate their harassment. I looked at Mom, who was watching TV peacefully, unaware that her daughter's crimes were being dissected by millions of strangers online. We'll be fine, I said. We have nothing to hide. Unlike some people, Sophia added loudly enough for the detective to hear. After I hung up, Gordon packed up his briefcase. Bailey, you know there's no going back from this, right? Pearl's life as she knew it is over. Good, I said. Maybe now she'll understand what it feels like to have someone destroy everything you've worked for. And if she doesn't? Then she'll learn that actions have consequences, even for golden children. 3 days later, Pearl showed up at Mom's house unannounced. I saw her through the window, sitting in her white Tesla in the driveway, gripping the steering wheel like she was trying to work up the courage to get out. She looked terrible. Her usually perfect hair was pulled back in a messy bun, and she was wearing sweatpants and a hoodie instead of her typical designer outfits. She's here, I told Sophia, who was helping Mom with lunch. Want me to call Gordon? Not yet. Let's see what she has to say. Pearl finally got out of the car and walked to the front door. She knocked softly, not the confident way she used to knock when she lived here. I opened the door. Pearl. Bailey, can we talk? About what? About Mom. About everything. Her voice was hoarse, like she'd been crying for days. I let her in. Mom looked up from her soup and smiled. Pearl, what a nice surprise. Are you staying for dinner? Hi, Mom. Pearl's voice cracked. She sat down next to Mom and took her hand. How are you feeling today? I'm good, sweetheart. Bailey takes such good care of me, and Sophia makes the best soup. Pearl looked at Sophia, who was standing in the kitchen doorway with her arms crossed. You must be Sophia. I'm Pearl. I know who you are. I wanted to thank you for taking care of Mom. I'm not doing it for you. Pearl flinched. She turned back to Mom, who was looking at her with that confused expression she got when she couldn't quite place someone. Mom, do you remember me? I'm your daughter Pearl. Of course I remember you, dear. You're the one who lives far away. That's right, I live in Los Angeles. That's nice. Do you visit often? Pearl's face crumpled. Not often enough. Mom patted Pearl's hand. Well, you're here now. That's what matters. After Mom finished eating, Sophia helped her to her bedroom for a nap. Pearl and I sat in the living room, the silence stretching between us. She doesn't really remember me, Pearl said finally. She has good days and bad days. But she remembers you. She knows Sophia. We're here every day. Pearl nodded, tears streaming down her face. Bailey, I'm so sorry. I know that doesn't fix anything, but I need you to know that I'm sorry. Sorry for stealing from Mom? Or sorry for trying to destroy my life when you got caught? Both. All of it. Pearl wiped her eyes with her sleeve. I never meant for it to go this far. Which part? The theft or the cover-up? The money was supposed to be temporary. I was going to pay it back. With what money, Pearl? Your Instagram income. I had investors lined up. Business deals. I thought I could make enough to pay Mom back and still have money left over. So you gambled with Mom's life savings. I didn't think of it that way at the time. How did you think of it? Pearl was quiet for a long moment. I thought Mom would never need the money. I thought she'd die before she got this bad. The honesty of it hit me like a slap. You were waiting for Mom to die. Not waiting. But I knew she had dementia. I knew it was progressive. I thought I had time. Time to steal more? Time to make enough money to pay her back and take care of her properly. By hiring someone like Sophia? By putting her in a nice facility. Somewhere with professional care. You mean somewhere you could visit her when it was convenient for your content schedule. Pearl flinched again. That's not fair. Isn't it? When's the last time you spent a full day with Mom? When's the last time you changed her clothes or helped her shower or sat with her during a panic attack? I have a business to run. And I had a life to live. But I gave it up because Mom needed me. I couldn't do what you did, Bailey. I'm not strong enough. So you decided to steal from her instead. I decided to use resources that were just sitting there to build something that could support all of us. By forging documents and lying to everyone. Pearl put her head in her hands. I know how it looks. I know what I did was wrong. But I never meant to hurt Mom. You did hurt her. You hurt all of us. I know. And now I've lost everything. My engagement, my sponsors, my followers. Brett won't even return my calls. Good. Pearl looked up at me, shocked. Good? You destroyed my reputation to protect your lies. You sent strangers to harass me at my home. You tried to have me investigated for elder abuse while you were the one actually abusing Mom. So yes, good. I'm glad you lost everything. Bailey, please. I'm your sister. My sister wouldn't have done what you did. Sophia appeared in the doorway. Bailey, there's someone here to see Pearl. A man in a suit was standing on the porch. He held up a badge. Pearl Robertson, I'm Detective Martinez. You're under arrest for elder financial abuse. Pearl went pale. Bailey, please don't let them do this. I'm not letting them do anything. You did this to yourself. The detective read Pearl her rights while she cried. As they led her to the police car, she turned back to me. Bailey, what about Mom? Who's going to take care of her if something happens to you? I will, Sophia said from the doorway, for as long as she needs me. And I will too, said a voice behind us. Aunt Nadine was walking up the driveway. I should have been helping all along. Pearl stared at us, then at Mom's house, then at the police car waiting for her. I really screwed this up, didn't I? Yeah, I said. You really did. As the police car drove away, Sophia put her arm around my shoulders. How do you feel? Tired, sad, relieved. I looked back at the house where Mom was napping peacefully. But mostly, I feel like justice finally caught up with her. Think she'll learn from this? I think Pearl's about to learn that the real world has consequences, something she never had to deal with before. And you? What are you going to do now? I smiled for the first time in weeks. I'm going to take care of Mom, just like I always have. The courtroom was packed. I'd never seen so many people show up for a financial crimes hearing, but Pearl's case had become a social media phenomenon. People who'd followed the story online wanted to see how it ended. Pearl sat at the defendant's table in a navy blue suit, her lawyer whispering in her ear. She looked smaller somehow, like the weight of everything had physically diminished her. The state calls Bailey Robertson to the stand. I walked to the witness box, my hands shaking slightly. The prosecutor, a sharp woman named Ms. Chen, smiled encouragingly. Bailey, can you tell the court about your relationship with the defendant? Pearl is my older sister. She's 2 years older than me. And can you describe your role in caring for your mother, Audrey? I've been her primary caregiver for 4 years. I live with her, manage her medications, help with daily activities, everything she needs. During this time, what was Pearl's involvement in your mother's care? She visited maybe 3 or 4 times a year, usually for holidays. She'd take photos with Mom and post them on social media, then leave. Did she contribute financially to your mother's care? No, she never offered to help with expenses or hire additional care. But she was aware of your mother's financial accounts? Yes, she asked about Mom's savings regularly. She wanted to know how much money was left. Ms. Chen walked me through the evidence, the forged power of attorney, the fake medical records, the wire transfers to Pearl's company. Each document felt like a weight lifting off my shoulders. Bailey, when you discovered this theft, why didn't you confront Pearl privately? I tried to, but she turned it into a public attack on me. She used her social media platform to destroy my reputation and make me look like the thief. How did that make you feel? Betrayed, angry, but mostly scared. I thought I was going to lose everything. My home, my ability to care for Mom, maybe even my freedom if people believed her lies. Pearl's lawyer cross-examined me, trying to paint me as vindictive and money-hungry, but the evidence was overwhelming. Bank statements don't lie. Sophia testified next, explaining how she'd discovered the financial irregularities and traced the theft back 3 years. In your professional opinion, was Bailey providing appropriate care for her mother? Absolutely. Audrey was clean, well-fed, properly medicated, and clearly loved. Bailey was exhausted from providing round-the-clock care, which is why she hired me. It was the responsible thing to do. And the cost of this care? Completely reasonable for the level of service provided. Much less expensive than a nursing home, and Audrey got to stay in her own home. The most damaging testimony came from Jessica, Pearl's former social media manager. Pearl paid me to create fake screenshots of text messages between her and Bailey. She wanted to make Bailey look greedy and manipulative. Did you create these fake messages? Yes. I'm ashamed of it now, but I needed the money. What else did Pearl ask you to do? She had me coordinate the harassment campaign. She gave me a list of Bailey's personal information and told me to share it with her most devoted followers. She wanted them to apply pressure to Bailey. Apply pressure how? By showing up at her house, calling her workplace, flooding her social media with negative comments. Pearl called it grassroots justice. When it was Pearl's turn to testify, she broke down completely. I never meant to hurt Mom. I love her so much. I thought I could make the money back before anyone noticed. But you didn't just take money, the prosecutor said. You forged legal documents, altered medical records, and launched a public campaign to destroy your sister's reputation when she discovered your crimes. I panicked. I knew if people found out what I'd done, my career would be over. So you decided to destroy Bailey's life instead. Pearl couldn't answer. She just cried. The judge sentenced Pearl to 2 years in prison and ordered her to pay full restitution. nearly $200,000. She also had to perform 500 hours of community service at elder care facilities. Ms. Robertson, the judge said, you violated the trust of the most vulnerable person in your life, your own mother. You used her illness as an opportunity to steal from her, then tried to destroy the sister who was actually caring for her. This court finds your actions particularly reprehensible. Outside the courthouse, reporters surrounded me. Bailey, how do you feel about your sister's sentence? I feel like justice was served. Pearl made her choices and now she has to live with the consequences. Do you forgive her? Forgiveness isn't about her. It's about me being able to move forward and focus on what matters, taking care of Mom. What's next for you? I'm going home to my mother. Sophia and I are going to make sure she's comfortable and loved for whatever time she has left. Back at the house, Mom was sitting in her favorite chair, watching birds at the feeder outside the window. She looked up when I walked in. Bailey, there you are. I was wondering where you went. I had to go to court, Mom, remember? Court? That sounds important. It was, but it's over now. Sophia came out of the kitchen with tea. How did it go? Pearl got 2 years, full restitution. Good, she earned it. Mom looked confused. Who's Pearl? She was someone who made some bad choices, Mom, but she's not our problem anymore. Well, that's good then. Mom smiled and patted my hand. I'm glad you're home. I sat down next to her and took her hand. It was warm and soft, the same hand that had comforted me through childhood nightmares and teenage heartbreaks. Me too, Mom. Me too. My phone buzzed with a notification. Someone had posted a video of Pearl being led away in handcuffs with the caption, "Karma is a beautiful thing." I deleted the notification without watching it. Pearl had become the villain in her own story, and I'd simply handed her the mirror. But I didn't need to watch her fall anymore. I had more important things to do. Sophia, want to help me make dinner? Mom loves your soup. Of course. As we headed to the kitchen, Mom called after us. Girls, thank you for taking such good care of me. Always, Mom, I said. Always. The funny thing about people who call you selfish is they never remember what you gave up for them. Pearl had forgotten that I'd sacrificed my career, my social life, my future to care for our mother. She'd forgotten that love isn't a performance for social media. It's showing up every day, even when no one's watching. But I hadn't forgotten, and neither had Mom in her own way. That was enough.